Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network, and feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Okay, so as we know, didn't talk about it, but we all know Eddie Edwards has re-signed with Impact Wrestling. Great news for Impact Wrestling. Eddie Edwards, longtime Impact Wrestling roster employee, I guess you could call him. But it's good that see that Eddie Edwards has decided to stick around with Impact Wrestling. He's locked in a feud right now with PCO. I'm not sure how long that feud's going to last, but that's good. But I think it's time. I think it's time while you get excited or not get excited that they bring back the usual suspects, like the Rich Swann resigning, a Sammy Callahan returning, of course, Eddie Edwards. I know you have the core members of the roster that keep coming back, that keep resigning, and then there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's time now to start bringing in some new, fresh blood, some new, fresh talent, something to get excited about, really. I mean, you read about Eddie Edwards just re-signed with Impact. Was oh, okay. Well, that was expected. Eddie Edwards, Impact Wrestling for many, many years. Eddie Edwards is sticking around. That's great, but it's time to bring in some new, fresh talent already. And I'm not saying they have brought in some. You have seen some new faces. Steph Delander. I thought Steph Delander had signed with Impact Wrestling. I thought she was a member of the roster. The way they were treating her debut with the video and everything, and then her little promo before her match with Jordan Grace, that just turned into a Jordan Grace showcase match. I thought they had her in, but we've seen some, not too long ago. But it's time to bring in some new, fresh talent. I mean, and they had Aiden Prince, which was good, but unfortunately, Aiden Prince he hurt himself. He's out for a while. Then there was Sheldon Jean, who's kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, in terms of Impact Wrestling. He's doing a lot of independent stuff here in Canada, but we haven't seen him in Impact Wrestling. And I thought he had signed with Impact Wrestling. He has great potential, but we really haven't seen much of Sheldon Jean. But it's time to bring in some new, fresh talent, some new guys. Some new guys. I mean, we have new tag team champions, Chris Bay and Ace Austin. That match, by the way, should have been saved for Bound for Glory. I'm sorry, and they rushed it. They did it in one night. It was the one Impact on Access TV. They kind of gave it away. That should have been the marquee tag team feud for Impact Wrestling going into Bound for Glory, the Bullet Club against the Motor City Machine Guns. But we got new tag team champions. They did the match. Chris Bay, Ace Austin, new tag team champions, which is great. I love Ace Austin, Chris Bay, terrific tag team. Very very talented. They did great New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Junior Tag League tournament. Great tag team. So I'm glad that they have the belts, but who are they going to defend them against now? Like who are they going to defend about? You're gonna have rematches with the Motor City Machine Guns. You're gonna bring in TMDK. You're gonna bring Aussie Open. Who are you gonna bring in to challenge them for the tag team titles? It's time to bring in some new guys. I mean, possibly Matt Cardona, Brian Myers could be potential challenges for them. But it's time to bring in some new, fresh talent to Impact Wrestling. Time to really liven things up a little bit. And I got two teams right now. I got two teams that I would love to see in Impact Wrestling. The first team, one of my favorite teams, I think one of the best unsigned teams in professional wrestling today, the West Coast Wrecking Crew, Royce Isaacs and Jarrell Nelson, two fantastic wrestlers. They work so well as a tag team. They've been a tag team for so very long. Currently with New Japan Pro Wrestling, I don't think they're signed to a contract. I believe they're free agents. I would love to see Impact Wrestling bring in the West Coast Wrecking Crew, instill them into the tag team division. Install them and still, I think they mean the same thing. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. But I would love to see them. I think them coming in and just going right after the Motor City Machine Guns, and they've met the Motor City Machine Guns in the past for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. They were unsuccessful. Recently, it was a recent match, but I would love to see them come in and attack the Motor City Machine Guns and feud with the Motor City Machine Guns and win that feud against the Motor City Machine Guns because they had a terrific match for New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, and they would have terrific matches for Impact Wrestling. And then I would love to see them go after Chris Bay and Ace Austin for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles. I would love to see that. Another team that that I wish we will hopefully we'll see more of is Kushida and Kevin Knight. Great tag team. Yes, they're signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling, so they're not going to sign with Impact. But I would love to see Kushida and Kevin Knight come in as a semi-regular tag team for Impact Wrestling. But the West Coast Wrecking Crew, terrific tag team. Royce Isaacs, Jarrell Nelson, they work so well together. They know each other well. They're, like I said, top tag team on the indie scene today. One of the best tag teams that are not signed to a major promotion. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, I should say that they aren't signed with New Japan Pro Wrestling, but Impact Wrestling should consider bringing in the West Coast Wrecking Crew without a doubt. Add them to the tag team division. They would really liven up the tag team division. Tag team division is good right now, but if you add the West Coast Wrecking Crew, my goodness, you're adding a top-notch team immediately. And there's another team out there. There's another team out there. It's a young team that have great potential. And I think if they were brought into Impact Wrestling, I think they will become fan favorites immediately. Immediately. I'm talking about the Miracle Generation, Dustin Waller and Kylon King. Dustin Waller, Kylon King, the Miracle Generation, terrific freaking tag team, great young tag team, very exciting to watch. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. They just made their debut on California for West Coast West Coast Pro, and their opponents coincidentally were the West Coast Wrecking Crew, and Royce Isaacs had nothing but praise for Dustin Waller and Kylon King, the Miracle Generation, and I would love to see Impact Wrestling bring the Miracle Generation in, give them a shot. I mean, they would become fan favorites immediately. Them against Chris Bay and Ace Austin would be a terrific match. Them against the Motor City Machine Guns would be a terrific match. And they could feud with the West Coast Wrecking Crew in Impact Wrestling. It would be a terrific feud. But I would give them an opportunity. I would give them an opportunity. They're absolutely fantastic young tag team. They're going to be potentially they're going to be future stars of professional wrestling, but they are so damn good right now, and I believe they deserve an opportunity. So I would love to see Impact Wrestling bring in the Miracle Generation, Dustin Waller, and Kylon King. I think if you add those two tag teams, my goodness, the Impact Wrestling's tag team division suddenly becomes a whole lot better. And there's another guy out there. I don't know what the hell Impact Wrestling's waiting on. I haven't seen him on AEW Dark. I haven't seen him, his name attached to NXT. He's a free agent. He's out there. Myron freaking Reed. What are you waiting for, Impact Wrestling? You don't let him slip through your fingers. Please. Bring Myron Reed in. He's not the young goat for nothing. He's the one of these absolutely incredible, an incredible talent. And when he left MLW, when he asked for his release from MLW, became a free agent, I was like, my goodness, Scott D'Amore better get on that phone immediately and bring in Myron Reed. I don't know if he's had or not. Maybe they've had conversations. I don't know, but please, Myron Reed belongs in the X Division. Myron Reed is an X Division champion. Myron Reed coming in. Yes, he's got history with Trey Miguel. They're part of the Rascals together. He could come in and team with Trey Miguel. I'd be okay with that. That would be another terrific tag team right there. Myron Reed, Trey Miguel. I don't know what they're waiting for, Myron Reed. I hope there's some contact going on between them, between Myron Reed and Impact Wrestling, because my goodness, Myron Reed is tailor made for the X division. He belongs in the X division. He is if he signs with Impact Wrestling, he's a future X division champion. He is so immensely talented, and I think he's like 25 or 26 years old. And I really hope that Impact Wrestling brings him in. You know, I talk about him a lot, and I'm not giving up hope. I'm not giving up hope. I keep checking AEW Dark to see if Myron Reed has been on the shows, but he hasn't been, which I guess is a good sign for Impact Wrestling. I, I just Myron Reed, West Coast Wrecking Crew, Dustin Waller, Kylan King, The Miracle Generation. I would definitely those bring in those talents. My goodness, you're improving the Impact Wrestling roster, and Myron Reed would be a terrific, would be a fan favorite immediately. They would all become fan favorites. So West Coast Wrecking Crew, they're a heel team, so they would be booed, but they'd be fan favorite heels, I guess you could call them. But the Miracle Generation would be fan favorites right off the bat, in my opinion. And there's one more that I think for the Knockouts division. Big fan of Alexia Nicole. Alexia Nicole is a it's not a matter of if for Alexia Nicole, it's a matter of when. She's made some appearances for Impact Wrestling. She's absolutely killing it right now up here on the Canadian independent scene. She's proven that she can go in Impact Wrestling. She's had numerous Impact Wrestling matches, and I I'm not sure what what the issue is, why they haven't brought Alexia Nicole. I fully expect Alexia Nicole to be part of the Windsor tapings. I'd be very disappointed if she wasn't. I'd be very disappointed if they didn't take a good hard look at Alexia Nicole, because Alexia Nicole is so immensely talented, and she belongs in the Impact Wrestling Knockouts division. So all those names right there that I mentioned, Impact Wrestling should be looking at and looking at hard to bring them in, because Dustin Waller, Kylan King, they're so freaking exciting that they're going to catch the eye of Tony Khan very soon, and you're going to start seeing them on an AEW Dark. That's why Impact Wrestling needs to act pretty quickly for the Miracle Generation, because you're gonna see once if they hit AEW Dark before they hit Impact Wrestling, they're gonna get locked in. They're gonna get locked into AEW Dark, and they're gonna trust me. They'll get locked in, and they'll probably sign some sort of contract, like a contract that Sky Blue, is it Sky? Yeah, Sky Blue has signed a contract like that, or a Willow Nightingale type contract. So Impact Wrestling, they can't drag their feet, man. They have to start looking at looking at bringing in some new guys, because you signed Eddie Edwards. Oh, great! Yeah, they signed Eddie Edwards. You signed Rich Swann. Great, he's been around for a while. Sammy Callahan's been around for a while too. You're bringing him back. Okay, that's nice. Rosemary signed again. Oh, that's nice too. Got to bring in the fresh talent. You got to keep things exciting. You got to keep things exciting. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. So, Monday main event. Monday main event is a new Impact Plus show. Now, people are getting confused. People are getting a little confused. I'm not going to say any names, but I got an email from an individual who was like, "Oh, looks like Impact Wrestling is going to be competing with Monday Night Raw again, huh?" And I'm like, "No, that would be that would be pro wrestling suicide for Impact Wrestling if they were bringing in a show to compete with to Monday Night Raw. That wouldn't work. It wouldn't be a very smart move if they decided, oh, we're gonna put on a show. We're gonna put on another show, and we're gonna take on Monday Night Raw on Mondays. Monday Night Wars, part 3 or whatever. But it's just a show. I think it's like I think it's the second Tuesday or the second Monday, I should say. It's Monday night main event, Monday's main event. So why would it be every Tuesday? So I think it's the second Monday of or the first Monday. I'm not sure how it's or every second Monday. I think it's one of them. It's not a regular show. It's not a regular, and it's only one match, right? They're only showing, one match that they haven't shown, like an exclusive match. But I'm thinking, don't they do that already with the digital exclusive match? Don't they do that already? I mean, you got Monday's main event. All right, we got an exclusive match. It's on Impact Plus only, so you have to subscribe. Okay, I know they're trying to get subscribers to Impact Plus, but let me pull it up here. Yeah, I don't have it up, but anyway, I'm not sure. I think it's once or twice a month they're going to be showing an exclusive match um, for this, but they're doing that already for the digital exclusive match. It's kind of the same concept, only you have to subscribe to Impact Plus to get it. And if you don't subscribe to Impact Plus, you can't watch the match. And so this Monday's main event, which is I think already it debuted today, the first match was Josh Alexander defending the Impact Wrestling World Title against Moose. Now, this match was taped back in December of 2022 in Florida, so we all know who wins the match because there was no title change to talk about. The title didn't change hands in December, and it kept hush hush, because it hasn't been shown on TV. But yeah, you still got some people saying, "Gee, I wonder if Moose is going to win the title tonight." Like Josh Alexander is defending that belt like every week. Yeah, and no, I understand people might not realize that it was taped back in December, but do you really think Josh Alexander is going to drop the title before Rebellion when he challenged when he defends the belt against Steve Macklin? He's not dropping the title, so this being taped back in December. We all know who wins the match, right? I don't need to spoil anything, but I think it's safe to say that everybody knows the outcome of this match. But again, it's just like the digital exclusive match. It's really nothing different. Only they're labeling it Monday's main event. You're gonna get a exclusive match on Impact Plus. So they why not do something different? Why not do something different? If you can do something in Impact Plus, why not do something different? Why not create like I don't know, like an X Division show? And I'm not saying to go head to head with Monday Night Raw, but how about every second Monday, you release in the morning an a half-hour X Division show where you get stars from all over the United States, all over the indie scene, give them the opportunity to show Impact Wrestling what they have, and put them on this X Division show. Trey Miguel doesn't necessarily have to be a part of it. He's the X Division champion. Maybe he'll show up, here and there. But why not? Why not do an X Division show? Or why not do like I know I say this a lot, but why not do the Future Stars Impact Stars of Tomorrow show? How about something like that? That's something a little different. Instead of just doing an exclusive match, on Impact Plus. Right. And don't worry, we got the digital exclusive match coming up as well. So we got these exclusive matches that are coming up. Well, why not do something different? An X Division show, a knockout show, Future Stars of Tomorrow show, something like that, something different. Something different that's gonna create buzz, that's gonna create some buzz. You just do Monday's main event, we're showing a match that was taped, 3 months ago in December. Josh Alexander's defending the title against Moose. Moose get another shot. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this one? I got Moose. Oh no offense, Moose. No offense. He's looking at me back here. He's back there looking at me. But yeah, just try something different, man. Do something different. Speaking of creating buzz, I've noticed that Impact Wrestling has not really been in the news at all lately. I mean, I'm looking for some news. This Monday night's main event was in the news, and Eddie Edwards, signing his contract was in the news as well. I think Rosemary is walking some red carpet tonight for a Scream movie or something. But there's no real news on Impact Wrestling lately. They need to start creating some buzz for themselves, and by bringing in guys like Myron Reed, West Coast Wrecking Crew, Dustin Waller, Kylan King, Alexi Nicole, Titus Alexander, Alec Price, sign Nick Aldis. Let's start signing some new guys. That will create some buzz. But right now, there's no buzz. Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer's not bringing the buzz to Impact Wrestling. Bully Ray's doing great work. You can't knock Bully Ray. Bully Ray is amazing. But Impact Wrestling. I mean, is it Zaya Brookside? Hold on. This was sent to me by Andrew C yesterday. Hold on. Let me just pull this up. Andrew C, thank you very much for sending this to me. Somebody is oh yes, I have Brookside. Somebody had indicated on Twitter was responding to one of her tweets saying, come to Impact Wrestling. And she responded, I would love to. So there you go. I think there was some interest on Tommy Dreamer's part, I believe I was reading. But there's a Zaya Brookside. There's someone who's interested in coming, a talented wrestler interested in coming to Impact Wrestling. So what's the holdup? Let's bring her in. Let's start bringing in some new fresh faces, some new fresh talent. Mariah May is out there as well. I think she's signed to Stardom, if I'm not mistaken, though. So we'll forget about her for now. But let's start. I mean, you got people out there saying, "Oh, Mercedes Moné is coming in, or we're gonna get Mercedes Moné and Mickey James in Impact Wrestling," which would be phenomenal. But it would be a one-off. So you have the one-off match, and then what do you do after that? Right? What do you do after that? Because Mercedes Moné is not signing with Impact Wrestling. As much as we would love for her to sign with Impact Wrestling, she's not going to sign with Impact Wrestling. So you get the one-off match. And then where do you go from there? That's why they need to bring in some new, fresh talent. The names that I've mentioned, I think will be a great start. And let's get cracking Impact Wrestling. Let's get cracking Impact, because I'm gonna say No Surrender. No Surrender was not that great of a show. Okay, No Surrender. I'm sorry, but No Surrender. Besides the main event, and maybe Masha and Mickey James, No Surrender was not that good of a show. Okay, I know I haven't talked about it much, but I was disappointed in No Surrender. But it's okay. You can't hit home runs. You can't hit home runs each and every time you step to the plate. So we'll leave it at that. But I think it's time. It's time to start looking at who else they can start bringing in, start creating some buzz. I know people out there saying Impact Wrestling just doesn't have the budget. They don't want to spend the money. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I think they can, and hopefully they will start. Hopefully they will start bringing in some new fresh talent, liven things up a little bit. All right. So, did I get everything? I did. So, okay. So we're gonna leave it at that for now. Any news breaks, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye, and stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.